All right, let's bring in former White House press secretary. She is also a Fox News analyst, Kayleigh McEnany. Kayleigh, thanks for joining us today, especially. You say, interestingly, that the most important thing today for the American people is that these questions from the press corps are sort of sharply honed in on the issues of the day and that they are tough. Tell us what you mean.
Thanks, Julian. Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, I don't think it was productive the way the press engaged with President Trump. Oftentimes it turned into a debate. But today is much about the media, I should say, as it is about President Biden, because they have a choice to ask soft questions versus asking tough, pointed ones that are very factually oriented. We know some of the reporters who are going to be in the room. Peter Doocy, of course, who was a trailblazer in asking tough questions, along with Kristen Fisher. Phil Wegman, Anita Kumar have asked some really tough questions of Jen Psaki, but will they bring that same pointed sharpness, directness towards Joe Biden? And importantly, will they follow up? Because when you ask a question, allow someone to pivot or dodge, the follow-up is very important.
And you know this better than I do, but you know, sometimes those follow-up questions are the ones that really break news and break stories and get, you know, sort of thrown around the air for days after and get everybody thinking. So let's talk for a minute about the timing here. So the president waited 64 days to do this. It's a record, at least in the last century. Also, the White House announced the date for this press conference about 2 weeks ahead of time. Dana Perino, who, like you, is a former White House press secretary, said this gives reporters sort of the upper hand today. It gives them time to sharpen their knives. What do you think?
I think that's exactly right. Announcing it so far in advance gives them time. You also don't know the news cycle. For instance, the Hunter story that came out today that Dana just referenced, taking us out of the last hour, no one knew that that was dropping today. And oftentimes you make decisions to hold a press briefing based on what the news cycle looks like. So we'll see. It's incredible that he waited this long. I was reading Politico Playbook, and interestingly, a TV reporter said, look, there's a reason he waited. And they're exactly right. And they said today is really the first day that they don't control Biden quite as closely, that President Biden will be unleashed. They can't control what happens in that room. And he said, whoever this TV news reporter was, he or she, said there's a reason they waited, and they believe that there's a lot of anxiety in the West Wing right now because of the free-flowing style we're going to see at 1 p.m.
So a lot is at stake, obviously. You know, the news, you're kind of subject to the news of the day at this point when you announce it this far in advance. So you just broke down one way that this could sort of break against the president. Karl Rove earlier this morning said on our air he thought it was interesting that the news of the day today might actually give the president an advantage. It's a huge opportunity for him today to promote his gun control reform sort of agenda here in the wake of the tragic shootings in Boulder. He has carte blanche right now to kind of push his agenda forward as much as he can. So what better way to do that than during this press conference?
I think that's right. He'll try to set the tone at the top. That's certainly what we did with President Trump. He had scripted remarks before he would take questions, and oftentimes those scripted remarks would be 30 minutes long. So we'll see. I anticipate that President Biden will talk about the COVID relief package as a setup. I anticipate he'll then move exactly to his gun control legislation ambitions and try to set the tone of the briefing room. But for sure, I know the reporters we've seen their temperature kind of rise as the immigration crisis has risen. So I think that they will be bringing inevitably those immigration questions, among others, no matter the tone he sets right there at the top.
Now, very early in this administration, Press Secretary Jen Psaki faced some blowback from the White House press corps. They started reporting that she was fishing around trying to screen their questions in advance of these briefings. She cracked a joke about this yesterday. Take a listen. I'll get your reaction.
And any details on the press conference Thursday?
What are you looking to know? Do you want to tell me your questions? I'll take those down. How's he preparing for it? Looking at your Twitters and seeing what's on your mind?
A lot of jokes.
Right, exactly. But look, I know that she got a little bit of blowback for that. But I will say it's not atypical to try to gauge what reporters are interested in. In fact, you know, the reporters who came to me early and never really giving me specific questions, but sometimes they'd say, this is what I plan to ask you, because they genuinely wanted me to go to the President of the United States, get the answer, and come prepared and equipped with that answer. And it made for a more productive relationship sometimes. So I think she got a little bit too criticized for that moment and that endeavor of getting some questions in advance.
Interesting. A little K-Mac kind of coming to the defense of Jen Psaki. I don't know if this is a first, but thank you for being candid with us, Kayleigh. stick around. We want you here all day long reacting to this. We really appreciate your expertise.
Thank you, Julian.